Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Confidence Reset. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating neuroscience of self-talk and the roots of our inner critic. This module is designed to help you understand why that critical inner voice exists, how it impacts your emotions and body, and, most importantly, how to start rewiring it. By the end of this session, you'll not only gain actionable insights, but also engage in powerful exercises to transform negative self-talk into a tool for growth. Let's begin. Let's look at how the brain forms patterns of negative thinking. Your brain is a pattern-seeking machine. Negative self-talk often stems from repetitive neural pathways, like well-trodden paths in a forest. The more you walk that path, the easier it becomes. This is due to neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to rewire itself based on repeated thoughts and experiences. Imagine your inner critic as a DJ who keeps playing the same negative track. The more you listen, the more you believe it's the only song available. But guess what? You're the DJ, and you can change the playlist. Let's now look at the role of the amygdala and prefrontal cortex in managing emotions. The amygdala, your brain's alarm system, processes fear and triggers the fight-or-flight response when you feel judged or inadequate. The prefrontal cortex, your rational decision-maker, helps you evaluate these feelings and decide if they're valid. However, when the inner critic is loud, it drowns out this rational voice. Imagine amygdala as a fire alarm. It's designed to go off at the first sign of smoke, even if it's just burnt toast. The prefrontal cortex is the firefighter, calm, composed, and ready to assess the situation rationally. So then, what are the root causes of your inner critic? Number 1. It's the social conditioning, past experiences, and fear of judgment. Your inner critic often borrows its voice from past experiences, like that teacher who said you weren't good enough, or a peer who belittled you. Social conditioning amplifies this. Messages like "be perfect, don't fail," or "you're not enough" create unrealistic expectations. Picture your inner critic as an overzealous quality inspector. Its intentions are good, it wants to protect you from failure, but it nitpicks everything you do, making it hard to move forward. Number 2. Identify your inner critic voice. Here's an activity for you. Take up guided journaling exercise. Take 5 minutes to write down a recent situation where you felt self-doubt or heard your inner critic. Describe what it said. Was it harsh? Critical? Did it sound like someone from your past? Now that we've identified the root causes of the inner critic, let's explore how it affects your body and mind. Number 3 is the mind-body connection. Here's how negative self-talk affects physical health and stress levels. Negative self-talk triggers the body's stress response, flooding it with cortisol. Chronic stress can lead to headaches, fatigue, and even a weakened immune system. It's like carrying an invisible weight all day. Your body feels the strain even if you're not aware of it. Imagine your body as a smartphone. Negative self-talk is like running multiple apps in the background. It drains your battery faster and makes everything slower. Recognize triggers and physical cues of self-doubt. Pay attention to physical signs. Do you have tight shoulders? A racing heart? Clenched jaw? These are your body's ways of signaling stress. Emotional cues might include procrastination, avoidance, or feeling overwhelmed. Here's an activity for you. Create a trigger map. Draw a circle in the center of a page and write "inner critic" inside. Around it, list situations that often trigger negative self-talk, example feedback from a boss, public speaking, deadlines. Connect each trigger to the emotions or physical sensations you experience. Here are some more exercises for you. Exercise 1, Guided Reflection. Its objective is to identify the moments when your inner critic is loudest. Here are the steps. 1. Close your eyes and think about a recent challenge at work or in your personal life. 2. Ask yourself, what did my inner critic say during that moment? 3. Write down the exact phrases and the feelings they evoked. Now reflect. Were these thoughts fact or assumption? Exercise 2. Create a trigger map. The objective is to recognize recurring themes in your self-talk. These are the steps. 1. Draw a trigger map as outlined earlier. 2. Reflect on how these triggers relate to past experiences or fears. 3. Highlight the top 3 most frequent triggers for future focus. Understanding the neuroscience of self-talk and the root causes of your inner critic is the first step toward transformation. With tools like journaling and trigger mapping, you now have the power to identify and address negative self-talk. Remember, your inner critic is a DJ, and it's time to change the playlist. Next, we'll dive into rewiring these patterns and building unshakable confidence. Stay tuned.